2014, we blaming the jammies, School of Thought 10. Chances are, if you're watching this, you know what it is. You know how I do. I'm going to run down the battle card for School of Thought 10. No predictions, just a little sports center type situation. It's going to tell you what I think. It's going to give you some insight. Let's get to it. First battle we got Monty versus Sean Gada. Now this is a little bit of a style clash, differing styles here. Monty is like it is the epitome of a battle rapper. Like, he knows exactly, you know, he's got a grasp on what battle rap is, what, you know, all that. If you watch King of the Dot, URL, if you're into battle rap, you're probably gonna lean towards Monty on this a little bit. Gada, what he does, his style is a little more accessible to your casual rap fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just, you know, you're not into, you know, if you're just into rap itself, maybe not necessarily battle rap, you're probably going to lean towards Gada on this a little bit. Now, last time we saw Gada, he battled LA at the state capitol event, the local heat event. It was the sharpest I've ever seen Sean Gada. He did his style. He did the same thing that he always does. He was just a little more sharp with it. Now we know that Gada is the freestyle. This girl in the audience freestyle, and he stumbles, forgets his written, he goes into the freestyle. Now I'm on record as saying I don't believe it's true freestyle like that. I think he forgets his writtens against that particular opponent and begins recalling material he's already got prepared. Now, I don't consider that true freestyle. You know, if you can, and not necessarily, this is towards Sean Gada, just in general, if you can freestyle like that, where you're bam, 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 and it's, you know, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you can do that, you're doing yourself a disservice by just rapping generic rhymes that could apply to anybody in any situation. If you can rap freestyle to that level, call your opponent out for what he looks like, what he's wearing, something he just said, something about the venue, something that can't be misconstrued as not a freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're just spitting really good generic rhymes, most people are going to not believe that that is a freestyle. You know what I'm saying? However, if it is true freestyle, if you can freestyle to the point where you got somebody like me fooled, and I don't believe you, I don't believe this, you're freestyling so good, I say it's got to be a written. You know, that ain't no disrespect. Pat yourself on the back. You know what I'm saying? You got me fooled. Anyway, he didn't do that. Gada didn't do that this time. I think he took this matchup a little more serious. He was more sharp. You know, he spit what he was supposed to spit. He didn't fall back on the freestyle or whatever. If he comes at Monty like that, it's going to be a good day for Gada. Now, Monty, like I said before, he's a battle rapper's battle rapper. He, you know, metaphors, angles, wordplay, that type of shit. And he's still a young cat. He's not got to that peak yet. You know what I'm saying? He's still going where he's not got to where he's going yet. He's still bettering. And each time you see him, he's bettering himself. So for me, he's due a breakout performance. He's due one of them blackout, snap, you know, where everybody in the crowd goes, what type situations, you know. So if he has this break, if this is the night that he has that breakout performance, probably gonna be a bad day for Gada. You know what I mean? But either way, it's a good, there's a lot of good battles on this card, but this is probably the most dynamic matchup. You know what I'm saying? They will definitely be blaming the jammies. Next battle we got Neek versus AWAX. Now, this may appear to be a mismatch, right? When you see Neek versus AWAX, you think this is a mismatch. Let me explain why this is not going to be a mismatch. Neek is one of the, if not the best battlers in the state of Oklahoma in School of Thought. If you know the battle rap scene in Oklahoma, you know Neek. Now AWAX shows up, you know, puts on a fucking show every time we see him. You know, every time we see Wax, he's never the dopest rapper in the room, but he's nowhere near the wackest rapper in the room. You know what I'm saying? He always shows up hella solid and does what the fuck he does. Now, Neek has a battle again coming up around this same time against BBOY. Now, if you follow battle rap on a national level, you probably know who BBOY is. One of the better cats in the Atlanta division, the Atlanta Grind Time division back in the day. He's been on Grind Time URL a time or two. So probably the biggest battle Neek's ever had. You know, I don't think he's going to take Wax lightly at all. But there's no way his mind in some form or fashion is not on that BBOY battle, which sets the stage for Wax to take Neek's head off. Now, waxes the skill level, he is fully capable of doing that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody looking at this matchup right off the bat and automatically awarding a W to Neek, don't count any chickens for they hatch. Let's show up, let's play the game, let's see what the fuck happens, because nothing in this battle world is a given. You know what I'm saying? So they will definitely be blaming the jammies in each other's general direction. That leads us to LA versus the Dean Ronnie Harris. Now this is a little bit of a differing similar styles. LA is a little bit like Monty. He's a battle rapper's battle rapper. He does the angles, the wordplay, all that. We've seen Ronnie Harris before. We know he knows battle rap. He's also a battle rapper's battle rapper. Wordplay, all that shit. So similar, but they do it a little differently. You know what I mean? I also feel like LA is like Monty in that he's still a young dude and he ain't coming to his own yet. He's got all the building blocks right there. He's getting better every time you see him, but he's not firing on all cylinders yet. So you possibly do that performance, and who else better than to have your breakout performance than against the Dean himself. Ronnie Harris, a lot of battle, I watch so much battle rap, I'm not surprised by much. Even when I hear a really dope angle, line, whatever, I still go, yeah, that's dope, I like it, I see, that's dope, but I'm not surprised by it. Ronnie Harris almost always says or does some line or brings some angle or something where I'm like, wow, left field, I didn't see that shit coming, and I fucking love that, you know what I mean? So much of battle rap is becoming just mundane, the same types of shit recycled and stuff. So I like when somebody does or says something where I'm like, wow, I didn't see that coming. So yeah, this is a matchup of young hunger versus experience. You know what I'm saying? Established experience. This is going to be a good one. Jammies will definitely be blaming. To the main event right now. Tyler Reed versus Young Burst. This was supposed to happen at a different event. It's finally happened. I dig it. What we have here is a clash of one of the most, if not the most respected cats on the scene in Tyler Reed versus, to me, easily the most underrated, underappreciated cat on the scene in Young Verse. Now, last time we saw Verse was the Dilemma battle with the money on the line. He takes the W, gets the money. I judged that battle. I was the only judge to give it to Dilemma. Let me explain that, my judgment there a little bit, and it's going to bring me to a point. When that footage came out, I feel like what Dilemma did, he stumbled. The other two judges, that cost him the battle with the other two judges. I feel like even with that stumble, what he did was just was in the tradition of battle. It was just enough better than what Verse did to still keep it. Now that's nothing against Verse. I told Verse after the battle, I dapped him up and said, I gave the battle to Dilemma, but that's the best I've ever seen you. That's the Verse I want to see every time. Now the battle comes out on, drops on YouTube, and I see on YouTube and a couple of different places on Facebook, a couple of different sites or whatever, that a lot of people agree with my decision and say, Dilemma won, blah, 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 blah. So, in my blog before that battle, I kind of said something along the lines of, Verse has got a chip on it. I feel like Verse has got a chip on his shoulder a little bit because he choked against Ronnie Harris. That was the first impression. So I think people aren't giving him his just due when he does show up. So I feel like he had a chip on his shoulder and he had something to prove against Dilemma. So he goes into that battle with Dilemma, gets the W. I vote against him. Footage comes out. Cats online are he didn't win that battle. Blah 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 blah. So. He got a chip on his shoulder, goes into the Dilemma battle, gets the W, and he still ain't getting that respect like I feel like he feels he should get. You know what I'm saying? So, at the risk of saying the same shit every time, I feel like he's coming against Tyler now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if beating Dilemma doesn't get you respect, if you beat Tyler, there's no fucking way. No, everybody on the planet is going to acknowledge you're doing the damn thing if you take Tyler's head off. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he felt like he needed to make a name for himself before he got the W. Still didn't. Some people still aren't giving him that respect. He could be coming into this battle same way, even more vicious than that dilemma battle. You know, so you know, Tyler Reed is fucking Tyler Reed. I don't, you know, short of him having a fucking skateboard accident and having a concussion or him coming down with the fucking bird flu or something, he's gonna show up and be Tyler Reed. You know what I'm saying? And this is his backyard. It's School of Thought. It's Oklahoma City versus coming from Tulsa. You know, he's not going to want to let, you know, Verse come in here and make, you know, establish his name versus, you know, by beating him. You know, so. You know, like I said, this battle was supposed to happen on another card, another event, and it didn't get to happen. Versus, it didn't happen because Verse is in the military, he got called up or whatever. So, you know, shout out to Verse for, you know, for service and all that. But yeah, so I'm excited about this one. You guessed it, Jammies will definitely be blaming. Now, let's get to the business of it. School of Thought 10. It's March 8th. $15 at the door. 18 and over, it's $15. If you're under 18, it's $17. Venue, wait for it. Bricktown Event Center. So cue the Jeffersons theme song because School of Thought is moving on up to a deluxe apartment in Bricktown. So you know, I've said this before. We've done these School of Thoughts in biker bars, hotel lobbies, holes in the wall all over the city. And started from the bottom. Now we're here at the Bricktown Event Center. So you know, if you ain't there, it's gonna be a problem. We're gonna be blaming Jammies. Come to the gun show. School of Thought 10. Bam.